Fire tore through my mouth, my throat, my stomach. The anesthesia could drown my limbs, but not that pain. A fake diamond? And you actually treasure this? The real one is with me. He practically begged me to take it. He said he wanted to give me only the best.
Valeria, have you lost your mind? How dare you lay a hand on Tina? She came up here out of kindness, and this is how you treat her?
They wheeled me in for appendicitis surgery. Kevin walked beside me like a man protecting the woman he loved. Then the anesthesia blurred my body, not my hearing, and Kevin stopped pretending.
Mr. Norris, are you sure about this? 2 milliliters of concentrated sulfuric acid won't just burn through Miss Cortaz's throat. It could kill her. If you just want to get Valentina out of this nightmare and take Tina far away from all of this.
I promised Tina I'd save her from Damien's grasp. Valeria, body to Damien's her twin sister. Having her take Tina's place is the safest plan.
My heart dropped before the knife ever touched me. So that was the truth. The man who caught me when I was falling had only been clearing the road for Valentina.
And one more thing. Tina has a scar from giving birth 2 years ago. Make the same incision on Valenia and Agent Damien can't suspect a thing.
Mr. Norris, do you really have to go this far? Miss Cortez was your childhood friend. 3 years ago, Valentina set her sights on Damia's Sofa, could get what she wanted at Big Show, nor broke her engagement, and now you're—
Just do your job. Don't you were the one who personally formed Lorena's hysterectomy back then. What's wrong? Growing a conscience now?
Fire tore through my mouth, my throat, my stomach. The anesthesia could drown my limbs, but not that pain.
What's happening? Didn't you give her anesthesia? Why is she in so much pain? It's a physiological. I can't stop it. The acid has already corroded her stomach. If we operate on her now, there's a high risk of infection. Mr. Norris, are you sure you don't want to reconsider? Enough! Just do your job and prep for surgery.
Rhea, I'm sorry, but this is what you owe Tina. She was kidnapped when she was only 2. She suffered for years and we barely managed to get her back. I won't let her go through hell again. And you spent all these years living the life she should have had. This was my decision alone. No, Tina, if you need someone to hate me.
He poisoned me, then asked me to hate him like that made him merciful.
Sleep now. It'll all be over soon.
Rhea, you're awake. If anything had happened to you, I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself. This is all my fault. I made too many enemies in business and you got caught in the crossfire. Someone bribed the doctor to hurt you. They forced you to swallow sulfuric acid. They cut you open. But thank God you're still here.
I see you.
I was so scared.
Rhea! What's wrong? Don't do this to me!
My birthday. Of course. Mine. Or hers.
Kev, Damien hit me again. It hurts so much. When are you coming to save me?
Kev, I want to take another photo shoot together. This time, let's do something different. Photos my sister hasn't taken before, okay?
She's in a weak condition. She needs rest. For your safety, I have no choice but to let Tina take your place. I'll talk to her with Mom and Dad. We'll convince her. Rhea, I just want you to live. Live with Tina's identity while you recover. It won't be for long. I promise I'll bring you back.
But she saw the truth in his eyes. It was never a choice. It was a sentence. It's done.
She never agrees. We haven't even parted yet and I already miss you.
Baby, I don't want to spend a single second away from you. Promise me, take care of yourself, and in 6 months, be my most beautiful bride, okay?
His promises were just another cage. That's amazing.
I was worried you'd refuse because of your condition. Rhea, don't worry. No matter what happens, no matter how much you change, I will never abandon you.
This wasn't a promise. It was a burial speech.
Don't worry about a thing, just rest. I'll take care of everything.
In 10 days, Kevin Norris would no longer exist in my life. His wedding in 6 months could marry a ghost. "5 days later, I insisted on being discharged. I only had 5 days left in that house. 5 days left as Valina Cortez.
Mom and Dad were so worried when they heard about your injury. They dropped everything and booked the earliest flight back. Mom even got you some chocolate.
Yes, sweetheart. You need to regain your strength. Chocolate will help.
Valentina loved chocolate. I'd been allergic to it since childhood. My own parents didn't know. The man who shared my bed didn't know either. "Did you miss me?"
Don't misunderstand. Tina lived abroad with Damien. This is just a common greeting over there.
That's not just a greeting. I don't act this way with everyone.
Tina, don't make trouble. Just 5 more days. Be good.
5 more days. He said it like a promise to her. To me, it sounded like freedom. The hospital had drained me dry. Tests, drips, pain. The second I touched my bed, sleep took me under. I woke at dinner time and stopped halfway down the stairs when I heard my name traded like a problem.
Back then, I really thought Damien was someone Tina could depend on, but he's actually an abusive bastard. If only she had chosen Kevin instead, none of this would have happened. What matters now is fixing this mess. Kevin, you said you'd send Rhea in Tina's place. Are you sure this will work? What if she resists or exposes the plan?
She won't. She won't even have the chance to speak.
I'll remove any obstacles standing in Tina's way.
No matter the cost.
Good. That's exactly why I trust you with Tina. I know she's in good hands. As for Rhea...
She owes this to Tina. If she hadn't been such a coward then, Tina been kidnapped. Now that she's finally back, it's time for Rhea to make things right.
We were 2 years old when Valentina was taken. They lost a child and blamed the child who stayed. I don't want to hurt my sister, but...
This has nothing to do with you, Tina. All you need to do is be happy.
Rhea, you're awake. Come downstairs for dinner.
Rhea! When did you wake up?
You were sleeping so soundly, I couldn't bear to wake you for dinner. You're not upset, are you?
Good. Let her die. I used what strength I had left to pack. I thought I'd be taking pieces of my life. Instead, I found a museum of Kevin. Childhood memories, tiny promises, and the pink diamond Kevin spent $100 million on after my accident just to make me smile.
Same parents, same blood, yet such different lives. Why did you get to grow up in luxury while I was kidnapped and forced to suffer? But don't worry, this unfairness won't last much longer. Valeria, you're finally going to experience the pain I endured.
A fake diamond? And you actually treasure this? The real one is with me. He practically begged me to take it. He said he wanted to give me only the best. Pathetic. Do you still think you have a chance with Kev? You're nothing now. Just a cheap, discarded plaything. Sister, did I do something wrong?
Valeria, have you lost your mind? How dare you lay a hand on Tina? She came up here out of kindness, and this is how you treat her? Valeria, did all those books you read go to waste? Is this how you treat your sister?
You're just an ungrateful brat. Why wasn't it you who got kidnapped back then?
Don't blame my sister, please. I was the one being too careless.
You hit Tina and now you're acting like the victim just we called you out? Apologize to Tina. Now.
After all these years, she's never once felt guilty for what happened to Tina. Why would she suddenly grow a conscience now? If you can't even apologize, then what's the point of having a mouth? Maybe losing your voice would be karma.
A love poisoned by lies. I didn't want it. A family built on deception. I didn't need that either. He could poison me, frame me, hand me over, and still write like he was the gentle one. For the next 5 days, the housekeeper brought my meals. No one else came, except Valentina when she wanted to gloat. For 2 days, Kevin still sent messages, updates, reassurance. Then for 3 days, nothing. He was busy preparing her celebration. They chose the day they sent me away so they could celebrate without the family icing.
Babe, I'm really busy right now. The screen's too small. The screen's too fleet, replace it. And this spot won't do either.
I'm so lucky to have Kev. He's a brother who isn't related by blood, but loves me like family.
Authorities are investigating a single vehicle crash at West Cliff. A male victim was pronounced dead at the scene, and a single partially burnt ID card was found.
What the hell are you playing? That's fake news, right? Tell me it's fake!
Kev! We're on the highway. What are you doing? Calm down.
Rhea, pick up. Come on. What's going on? Why isn't she picking up? Come on.
The number you have dialed is not available.
Rhea, don't do this to me! You promised me! You said you'd be my bride in 6 months! You wouldn't lie to me! Turn the car around! Take me to the crash site now!
Mr. Norris, we need you to answer a few routine questions. The person who died at the West Cliff, it wasn't Valeria Cortez, right?
Kev, stop worrying too much. You know how my sister is. She loves disappearing just to get your attention.
She's been spoiled her whole life. A few days ago when she bullied me at home, you and Mom and Dad all took my side. She probably got mad and bought into some fake news just to make a scene. She's just too used to having everything handed to her.
She had said things like this before, and every single time Kevin had believed her over me, then turned around and treated her even better. But this time Kevin's eyes locked onto Valentina ice cold.
Then tell me, where is she?
Where is she, Valentina? Say it!
Kevin! What the hell do you think you're doing? Let go of Tina right now!
This afternoon, you swore you'd treat Tina like a treasure. Not even 12 hours later, this is how you act?
Don't touch me! Raya hates it when I let you get close!
From the second he heard the report, he only had one thought left. Something had happened to me. For the first time, Kevin looked terrified in a way no performance could fake.
We just received confirmation Miss Valeria Cortez fell off a cliff. Her body was never found.
When did it change? Or did it ever?
Look into Damien Moya. Get proof of his domestic abuse. Moya is dead. Her body was never found. The organs she had removed before, did you keep any of them? I want to freeze them. Make a memorial.
She's gone and now you want to play the grieving lover? You're a piece of shit, you know that? We checked the surveillance footage later. Miss Cortez' anesthesia didn't fully kid in that day. She heard everything we said. Of course, I'm no saint either. Sooner or later, karma will catch up to me.
Why did you frame Rhea? What did she ever do to you?
Kev.
Rhea is gone. We're grieving too. But you can't take it out on Tina. She's the only daughter we have left. Only daughter?
Mr. Norez, the reports of Damien Moya's domestic abuse were falsified. Based on the evidence we found, it was actually his wife, Valentina, who fabricated the entire story. As for her motives, we'll need to dig deeper.
That was the last excuse in the house.
No need. Stop the investigation here. You lied to me? Every time? You tried to take Rhea's place? Tell me, was Rhea's car accident your doing? Tina, why? Why would you do this? Rhea was your sister!
How could you be this cruel?
Now you suddenly treat Valeria as my sister?
You want to know how she really died? It was all of you who killed her! I only said Damien was good looking, and what did you do, Kev? You planned to ruin Valeria's reputation, drug Damien. You forced me to have a fake sex with him, just so you could turn her fiancé into my husband! That's right! Damien never abused me. I made it up. But does it even matter? You never bothered to check if it was true. You believed me without a second thought. And because of that, you poisoned bribes by some enemy, forced sulfuric acid down her throat, sliced her open, and gutted her alive. Do you really think Valeria would have believed something that insane?
This is our punishment.
We never should have brought you back! If it weren't for you, Rhea would still be alive!
Rhea, my Rhea.
They blamed the wrong daughter all her life. Now they wanted grief to make them innocent. It didn't.
I killed her.
Look at you! None of you ever questioned yourselves. You lost me, blamed her, and now that she's dead, you want me to carry your guilt too?
Then, suddenly, she started crying. Look at these people. They never once stopped to question themselves. They were the ones who lost her when she was just a child, yet they blamed Valeria, another helpless little girl, for it. And now, with Valeria dead, they had turned their guilt and anger onto her. But so what? Valeria was already gone.
Never. No one can replace Rhea. Especially not you. You killed her, and I will make sure you pay for it.
Tina! I heard Valentina lost her child, suffered massive bleeding, and had to have her uterus removed. The police found evidence proving she wasn't responsible for your death. Kevin lost his mind, accused them of falsifying evidence, and got himself detained. When they let him out, ran over the hospital. Granville broke one of his legs, then drove to the Cortez family estate and killed Mrs. Cortez. Mr. Cortez is in a coma.
That has nothing to do with me.
Valeria, did all those books you read go to waste? Is this how you treat your sister?
You're just an ungrateful brat. Why wasn't it you who got kidnapped back then?
Don't blame my sister, please. I was the one being too careless.
You hit Tina, and now you're acting like the victim just we called you out? Apologize to Tina. Now.
The screen's too small. The screen's too fleet. Replace it. And this spot won't do either.
Pathetic. Do you still think you have a chance with Kev? You're nothing now. Just a cheap, discarded plaything.
You just recovered. The doctor said no excessive drinking. No one has arranged Mrs. Cortez's funeral yet. Before she died, she kept calling your name.
Find a funeral service to handle it anonymously, but I won't be involved.
Some people only understand value after loss. That was their punishment, not my burden. The past was gone. The future was mine. And I would never see them again.